Yo, once again, it's on. Back at you one more again, Real Kens TV in the house like kitchen sinks. Now, before we get into this afternoon's video, if you will, y'all jump in the comment section. Let me know where you're chiming in from. I'm in Lexington, Kentucky. Let me know your city, your state, your hood, your set, or whatever it may be that you're representing. And let us know if you're the man or the woman that you say you be. Listen, I got a bone to pick. I'm sorry. I usually try to remain neutral. I'm not a hater. I'm not any of the sorts. But Master P, please come out of retirement. I know you say you don't really work with artists anymore as far as, trying to help them and show them the ropes in life. I know you had that situation with Kodak Black, whatever may have happened or whatever. But Master P, you the only person that I know or know of, I don't personally know you, that may be able to talk some sense into Lil Boosie. And to be quite frank about the situation, it's pretty much too late as far as this situation is concerned. Lil Boosie has to be the dumbest motherfucker that I think that I've ever seen in life. And I'm not even saying it in a disrespectful manner. I'm saying it in a caring manner. I'm not the biggest Lil Boosie fan, but I'm not a Lil Boosie hater either. This dude, 5 days, I think he goes to final sentence in 26th, well, to accept his plea deal. On the 26th of this month, August. Today is the 21st. I look up on my feed and I think it was part 7 of Vlad TV. Lil Boosie, doing the interview or whatever. This dude is on there talking so crazy about Kanye West being a D-sucker. And he don't just say it once, twice, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. The whole clip is about Kanye West being a D-sucker. My thing is this. Lil Boosie being the breadwinner, and I've always said this, he don't have anybody around him that he really respects. Nobody can tell Boosie anything, because if they do, they fear that the position, and this is just my opinion, so I'm going to say allegedly, the position that they have will be taken away potentially. So nobody's going to say anything to Lil Boosie. The last thing you need to be doing, Lil Boosie, is going on Vlad TV or any other platform right before you go to prison. You can talk at probation stuff all you want, and it's God's final say and this and that. You going to prison, bro. And I don't wish prison on anybody, but it's the situation that you caused yourself to be in. You had a gun. Wasn't supposed to have a gun. I ain't snitching. It's on, everybody sees it. So this is nothing that I'm saying that everybody else doesn't know. Judge don't care nothing about you being on a video shoot in a dangerous city, in a dangerous hood. If it's that dangerous, why are you there? That's how a judge is going to look at it, bro. For years, you've been talking about F the police. You can't stand them. Shoot them in the face. Prosecutors this and prosecutors that. And you going online saying these things. Said these things on stage. I want to say right after you got out of jail, from your arrest, you did a concert and talk crazy about the system. I probably feel the same way you feel about the system, but you have to be smart about, you have an audience. You have people that are actually influenced by what you say. See, don't nobody really know Real Kens like that, as far as in comparison to the amount of people that follow you. And you still haven't learned. So you take a guy like Master P. Master P talks about how he tries to mentor, or previously talked about how he tries to mentor these artists and get them to understand certain things about the music industry. The ins and outs, the dirt of the music industry. It's a facade. It's not what people think that it is. Tries to steer them in the right direction and do better things in life and different things in life and stop getting online, talking your business and saying this and saying that because somebody's always watching. You think the judge don't see this, Lil Boosie? When, even though you're looking at it as, well, I'm just talking to Kanye West. But what about all the other individuals that's looking at that video and they're thinking to themselves, man, I indulge. Not saying the judge does, not saying the prosecutor does, but what if the judge or the prosecutor indulges in those sort of behaviors that you're speaking of, Lil Boosie? See, you don't know how to be quiet. You don't know how to shut your mouth. And that's why you continuously find yourself in the situation that you find yourself in. So maybe a person like Master P can step in and you'll listen to this person. I know you get paid for going on Vlad TV. And to be honest, man, I've defended Vlad for a long time. But in this particular video, Vlad's no better because that's your friend. You say Vlad's your friend. To the point of where Vlad stopped interviewing Charleston White because you called him and asked him not to interview him anymore. So I would consider you all friends. Vlad say y'all friends. So based upon all of that information that I just divulged, if you will, you all friends. Y'all rock with me. Vlad shouldn't even be he shouldn't even be asking you these questions. And when he asks you these questions, he's, what is the word that I'm looking for? He's instigating because he's laughing and, you know, Vlad got that silly laugh. And so the more that he laughs and instigates, the more that you say. First of all, Kanye West is one of those individuals that, Boosie, you can't hold a candle to. I'm not talking about as a man, as a person. Because you a man. Kanye West is a man. I'm a man. But I mean as far as the power that he has, you can't hold a candle to this man. But the last thing that you should be doing is going online making these sort of statements, knowing that you got this final sentencing coming up. You see, I understand that the judge typically lets people stay out once you take your plea deal, and then you got a couple months, 2-3 months. But that's not what he's required to do. See, Sean Kingston, the day you go in and take your plea deal, Lil Boosie, the judge could easily lock your ass up. It happened to me twice in the state. State's the same thing, typically in Kentucky. That's where I'm at. Typically, they're going to give you 30 days, maybe 45 days, maybe even 60 days. Get your affairs in order. But they don't have to do that. Twice I've taken a plea deal and the judge locked my ass up just because he didn't like me. I ain't do anything. I ain't never missed court. I ain't never get a dirty urine. I ain't never missed a report date. None of that. He ain't like me. So, you going online making these sort of gayish, zestiest insults towards people that, although you were directly talking to Kanye West, but you're talking to a lot of other individuals that probably will look at that video and be somewhat offended. Am I offended? No, I'm not offended. Because it's not my lifestyle. Even if it was my lifestyle, I wouldn't be offended. But at the same time, it's just not a good look on you, man. So you got a lot of these artists, they have to stay online. Your Lil Boosies, your Turks. And there's no slight on Turk or whatever. Shout out to Turk. I hear he got the #1 album, you know, rap album or whatever going on right now. But you have these individuals that, when the music slows down, they have to remain relevant. Yeah, Lil Boosie, he can always go on tour, but he's going to have to go to the hood. You're not elevating your life. You're still having to go to these hood clubs. 2,500, 3,000 people. 1,500 people, 1,000 people. So you're getting 30, 40 bands, but then you charging $10,000 to go to another hood spot, do a walkthrough. Or go to a hood video, you know, shoot or whatever, 10, 15,000 like you was doing in San Diego. You should be way further along than that in your career at this point, Lil Boosie. Now, I understand you're going to go out and get it by any means necessary. I get it. You're a hustler. But look at these dangerous environments and situations that you're putting yourself in. So you tell Vlad on your last interview, well, actually, it was this interview. It was just a different clip. Well, you know me, Vlad. I got to go get it. They offer me 10, 15,000. There's a distinct difference between 10 and 15,000. Which one did they offer you? So, if you're saying 10, 15,000, they probably gave you 10 to come through. Look what it cost you. How many years you're about to get in prison. How much money you had to pay for your lawyer fees for 2 cases, because once the first case got dismissed and the feds came in and picked it up, guess what? You got to pay all over again. So I would say you done spent well over 600,000, 700,000, 800,000 for lawyers. Now you about to have to go sit down for probably, in my opinion, well, we'll get to that, for $10,000, 10 G's that you got for doing a video. Somebody needs to talk to Lil Boosie, man. But you see Lil Webby, you never see him in the news like that. Why? Because he knows how to just chill out, man. He stays out of the way. But Lil Boosie, bro, what are you doing, man? Like, do you not understand that this judge could be a zesty judge? And I'm not saying that in a disrespectful manner whatsoever. Like I said, the prosecutor or anybody that has anything to do with this case, and you're on there talking about Kanye West sucking D. Well, what do you think that people are inferring that to? You know what I mean? Like, you just need to be quiet, bro. Stay off of Vlad TV. Shout out to Choke No Joke. Choke No Joke, man. He always talks about Vlad. I don't think that Vlad is as bad as people make him out to be. I mean, after all, he is a business. He has to get views. He has to get, ratings and things of that nature. And you have a right. He's not making anybody say anything on his channel, on his platform. But you got these fools that go on there and just say these dumb things, man. Like, Lil Boosie, are you serious? You shouldn't even be discussing no sort of beef. Only thing you should be doing is showing remorse like you did in that one video clip. It ain't the Crips' fault. It ain't nobody's fault. I don't blame nobody. It's my fault. I made the decision. I had the gun on me. And whatever the judge wants to do, whatever God wants to happen, I can live with that. But you supposed to be showing remorse. Because let me tell you something, Boosie, that judge don't care nothing. He don't care nothing about what you talking about as far as you being a celebrity and you got to have the gun on you, the blicky on you, whatever. He don't care. He doesn't. He don't come from that world. Then you have the audacity to talk about, or the audacity, I'll make up words. So you have the audacity. It's audacity, not audacity at this point. Real Kings TV is the audacity to talk about you try to get a pardon from Donald Trump. For what? For what? You only get a pardon if you unfairly convicted, from what I know, or if they just railroaded you like they did Diddy, or if they just, you were just treated unfair. Dude, you got caught with the blicky in your back. You wasn't supposed to have it. Now, I understand that they did railroad you according to the law that they had, and then they came back and they dismissed it, and then they came back and re-indicted you and said that you was a junkie. I do think that you got railroaded for that. I do think that a potential pardon is, I don't have a problem with that. But you don't have to blast it all across social media, because guess what? There's millions, hundreds of thousands of people that's in jail right now that can't get out on a pardon. They can't get out because they don't have the reach. They don't have the means of reaching a Donald Trump or anybody that even remotely is in Donald Trump's stratosphere. So I wouldn't be coming out talking about, I tried to get a pardon, because that judge is looking at that like, man, this guy still don't learn. Yeah, I hear what he's saying today, but I also see what he's saying on Vlad. I also see what he's saying over here. I also see what his actions is. I also see what he's saying at his concerts. This guy thinks that he's bigger than the system. This judge can give you 10 years if he wants to. Now, figuratively speaking, I don't know if it's a he or a she. I'm just saying if he wants to. It may be a she. I don't know. Whatever the case may be, he or she can give you 10 years if they choose to. And there's nothing you can do about it. People's, oh, man, well, you got sentencing guidelines. Yeah, you do. But you have upward departures. You see what I'm saying? In which they can give you more time than even the prosecution is asking for. And they can give you a downward departure and give you less time in the feds than what the prosecution is recommending. I wouldn't be saying nothing on social media. I'd be doing everything that I could potentially do, possibly do, to make that judge see, like, listen, Yana, I'm dead wrong. This is the environment that I come from. I use bad judgment. Offer no excuses. I know that I'm a felon and I'm not supposed to possess a firearm. I used a very, very bad judgment that day, opposed to when my other two security officers couldn't make it. I should have thought better, which I know better, hired 2 more security people to go to this video shoot, or just not have gone, because anywhere to where I feel as though I need to have a gun, I shouldn't be. Something like that. That's what the judge wants to hear. So yeah, I'm sure you maybe will say these things, but yet they're seeing these dumb interviews that you keep doing. Like, what are you doing, man? You dudes go on social media because, again, you have to make yourself relevant. Your music ain't really jumping like that, but you have to stay relevant. That's why I brought up Turk. Now, Turk has the #1 album, so he's doing his thing music-wise. But I'm saying before that, that's why Turk was always in the news, always, just saying this and saying that. Why? Because he had to remain relevant. Once you're not relevant anymore, then guess what? Nobody's checking for you. If ain't nobody checking for you, guess what? Ain't no more money coming in like that. And I'm just disappointed, man. P. Master P, somebody get this video to P, man. Reach out to Lil Boosie, man. I know you don't owe the man nothing. I know. But he needs some guidance, man. 40-something-year-old man, dog. He needs some guidance, man. Because he marches to the beat of his own drum. And guess what's going to happen? Whatever time that he gets, he's going to get out, continuously make the same dumb, silly mistakes, and end up going back. That's just what I see. That's what I see. You're still having kids. How many kids is enough? I can't get in your business. You can have as many kids you want to have. But I'm simply saying, like, you're not thinking as a grown man. You already got 8, 9 kids. Like, you're not thinking as a grown adult. You're still out here doing childish things, still doing hood clubs. And again, I get it. That's where your money's at. So if you can go pick up a bag for 40, 50, 60,000, 80,000, whatever you make, I get it. You have to do that. But you also have to be aware that it's all eyes on you at all times. So now when you come back home, like, you talking crazy about Rollo, you talking crazy about T.I., you talking crazy about stuff that has nothing to do with you. Mind your own. Mind your business, man. Mind your business. But again, you have to stay relevant. So you have to go on Vlad and on these platforms that's going to pay you nice money because you're going to get nice views. Vlad's this will probably be a 1 million view clip right here because you're talking about Kanye West sucking D. And you continuously say it. It's a bad look, Boosie. In my opinion, it's a bad look. And again, this ain't hating. What Turk say, shout out to Turk, man. The truth ain't hating. Tell the truth ain't hating. I'm just simply telling the truth, man. Bro, this judge can give you 10. I doubt it. I seriously doubt that you get 10 years. But even if he gives you 3 years, who wants to go sit down for 3? Even though you're not going to do 3 years. Hopefully they give you the house, the credit that you did, on the ankle monitor or whatever all that time. And that's going to be significant because let's just say the judge gives you 3 years, but you was out over a year on the ankle monitor. That's really, really going to help your situation. And I hope that you get that. So you go sit down for a year, you come back. Hopefully you come back stronger. The Lil Boosie that came out last time that was all about the kids and I don't do this and I don't do that. And you just slowly reverted back to the old Lil Boosie, man. Being cocky and just being obnoxious, man. You don't have to be that way. These people know you don't like them. So guess what? They don't like you either, man. You think that judge is not going to see all the times you said F the police? F the judge, F this. Now, I'm not saying this particular judge, but you got to understand, man, these prosecution, man, they want you off the street, man. They want you off the streets. It don't matter what state you in, it don't matter. They want you off the streets. So you got to play your hand. You got to know how to maneuver in a room full of vultures. Get your bag, get your money or whatever, and be out, man. Can't rap forever. Nobody can rap forever. You're in your 40s now. At some point, you got to hang up rap and transition into something else, especially when you're in the sort of rap that you do, the gangster rap, because that's what the people want to hear. That's what the people want to see. So I get it. I totally get it. You're an entertainer. You're appeasing the people, but look what you're doing to yourself, bro. You done dodged some major, major bullets, man. Death row, life sentence in Angola. You had charges dismissed. You got, you are really, really dodging these bullets, man. You can't do the things that you once did. When these feds pick your case up, it's not a game. It's not a joke. It's not a game or a joke in the state. But when these feds, man, they come to win. They're not just picking your case up just to be picking it up. They're picking your case up because they know 9 times out of 10 they're going to win, man. And if your money ain't long like Diddy, and look at Diddy, even There's no telling what he paid his defense. I would say $60, $70 million, $50 million. And he still gets convicted of something. So everybody's saying it's a victory. Yeah, it's a victory because he's not going to jail for life. But that judge is still up to the judge. A judge could give Diddy 10. If he wants to, I doubt it, but he could. And he got all the money in the world. Now, Boosie, 1 minute you're talking about is up to God. God this, God that. God got me. God wants me. So why couldn't it be up to God when Vlad asks you about Kanye West? Man, I'm going to let God handle that situation, man. I pray for the brother. I love Kanye West. He got to suck D. But yet, Charleston White done talk so bad about you, about your kids. I'm not instigating anything, just talking about what it is, about your kids, about your newborn, about your girl, about the worst heinous things that he could say. But you don't address Charleston White, do you? I don't want to talk about that, Vlad. I don't want to talk about that. But you get on here and run rampant on Kanye West, a dude that's probably still worth $400-500 million. And really more than that, once he gets his next deal, it's going to go right back up into the B's. You talk bad about Kanye West, but you won't respond to Charleston White. They talk just dog crazy about you, man. He talk dog crazy about you. Vlad TV, you are a culture vulture, man. I'm on board now. You a culture vulture. I try to take up for you for the longest. Because the thing about Vlad is this. I understand that, once again, that it's entertainment. I understand that it's business. So he wants people to get on here and say something outrageous so that can be the caption. He can break your video down in different clips, 4, 5, 6 minute clips. So I give you 25, 30,000 to come on here. But guess what? I'm going to make 5 times that amount. I get it. I get the hustle. I understand totally what this is about. But I knew Vlad, and I call him Glad. Shout out to Crunchy Black, man. I call him Vlad TV. See, I knew Vlad TV was a imposter when he didn't allow Fleece Johnson, a.k.a. the Booty Warrior, to come on to his show. Now, come on, Kens. Why are you advocating the Booty Warrior? No. Hear me out. First of all, he's from Louisville, Kentucky. My stomping grounds. I'm in Lexington. 60 miles, 65 miles up the road. Secondly, he was fairly treated, interpreted, misinterpreted when they put him on the boondocks and everything that most people seen on MSNBC was because he did a Scared Straight program and they promised him certain things that they didn't come through with. And he looked at it like, okay, I'm going to help keep the kids out of prison. So I'm going to say these things. It's more important than water. If I want you, I got to have you. But see, Glad never gave Fleece Johnson a chance to come on his show and explain this. To come on his platform where he has over 6 million people, 6.5 million, whatever he has, to explain. So he says, oh, well, no, I don't want those type of people on my show. But you let murderers on your show? Ain't no problem. You got Boosie on there time and time again, time after time. Have no problem with that whatsoever. Sammy the Bull, this dude is a known killer. A known killer. So where's your integrity at right there, Vlad? Glad? Where's your integrity at there? So you rather have known killers on your show, but won't even let this man on your show because he's been misinterpreted. He wants to explain his side. He wants to promote his book. Yeah, he has a book on Amazon, Fleece Johnson, featuring Big Lee. Shout out to both. He wants to promote his clothing line. He wants to promote his brand. But he can't do so. But you'll have Sammy the Bull on there in a heartbeat. Is it really about integrity? What is it really about, Vlad? Glad? Once again, man, I'm going to reiterate. Master P, man. Get with Lil Boosie, man. But I know it's probably too late right now. But when he comes home, yeah, Lil Boosie, you're going to have to break him off a little change. But it's all right. Same money you go and spend on your girl or, on a chain or something like that. Give that money to P so he can mentor you, man. P tried to mentor Chris Brown back in the G. I don't know whatever happened to that situation. But he suggested it, like, man, he needs a no man. See, P say he's a no man. I'm not going to just tell you yes, because I don't have to tell you yes. You need a no man around you. Allegedly, you set dude up, the jeweler dude, in the dice game, whatever happened. I don't know what happened with that, but I think a lot of things that's happened to Lil Boosie, you should be blessed because karma's coming back, man. Karma's coming back on you. Luckily, I don't feel as though you're going to get that much time. I think the judge might give you a 3-piece, 3-ball. But that whole, if God don't want me out and or don't want me to go to jail. Okay, well, if that's your sentiment, then stand on it. If that's how you feel, stand on that. You can't say that 1 minute and then come back and be calling people D-suckers. Because guess what? God sees that. He sees that. He knows our heart. You can't fool God. You might be able to fool Glad. But you can't fool everybody else. Call me a fool, but you can't fool me. And when I seen that, I just said, man, I got to speak about this, man. Boosie, come on, bro. Like, I don't really, I rocks with you. I like you as a person. I think you're a heck of an entertainer. I think you're a heck of a personality. I'm a grown-ass man, so your music don't really do nothing for me. But they don't, I like your beats and, I like it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on you. But, dog, you need to go somewhere and sit down. You never hear Lil Webby in the news. That's your ace. That's your road dog. You never hear these dudes, Kevin Gates. You never hear anything as far as them. Now, I understand that you and Kevin Gates don't rock like that, but I'm just simply saying, dude, you are way too old to still be catching cases like this, man. You rich. You say you are. You don't have to be out here doing dirt. I understand that you are a target. I understand that you have to have protection around you. But look at 50 Cent. Look how he rose. He got security, real life security around him. That's how you're going to have to start moving, Boosie. Spend that $1 million a year for security. $600,000-$700,000 a year for security. That way you don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to worry about being caught with the blicky or whatever. That's just part of it. I understand you're going to protect yourself better than security's going to protect you. But guess what? You can't stand another pistol case. You can't stand another one. Because they throw you in the feds again. This time it's going to be for a minute. I just don't understand why you went so hard at Kanye West when he didn't say anything personal. When he didn't say anything, it was just kind of a friendly, going back and forth. Yeah, he spoke on your name, but now you get very, very personal and call him all type of D-suckers or whatever. But Charleston White is literally laughing at you. Literally laughing at you. Boosie's going to jail. Boosie's going to jail. He's literally laughing and talking about your kids, laughing at your kids, making fun of your health conditions, which I don't think is cool. I don't think none of that stuff is cool. But the fact remains that he's doing it. And you don't even address it. Glad don't even ask you nothing about Charleston. Why he don't even... But he jumps on the bandwagon when it comes to talking about Kanye West. I guess y'all think Kanye's sweet. I guess y'all think Kanye West ain't gonna do nothing. Boosie, you ain't no... I'm not gonna say what you are, man. Because just because you may not do something, if you got people around you, I guess you some sort of a shot caller or so, you can make things happen. I get that. But you got to understand this, Boosie. You got to understand this. You can make some things happen because you worth a few M's. You worth 3-4 million. Look at what Kanye's worth. So just imagine what he can make happen. Not saying that he will, not saying you will, but I'm just saying the two of you all never, you'll run across each other. I always talk about two mountains that never meet, but two men will. So you all run across each other, maybe. See, Boosie be at the airport. Kanye be at the Clareport. See, it's a difference. It's a distinct. And if you know, you know. He got his own jet, his own plane. So I don't know if you all will ever really be in the same environment. Kanye West is not doing clubs that hold, 2,400 people, 2,500 people. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But I'm saying Kanye's overseas somewhere. Stadiums, arenas. We've already established the fact that the two of you all would never meet at the airport. So I don't know if you all would ever really cross paths like that. But you went in on Kanye like that. And I'm not even a Kanye fan. I'm probably more of a Boosie fan than I am a Kanye fan. But I get it. You have a right to respond how you want to respond to whoever you want to respond to. I'm just not understanding of why you didn't respond to Charleston White like that. You were so offended because Kanye said it looked like you stink. You know you don't stink. You know you take showers. You always talk about your hygiene and you got your own cologne. You know you don't stink. So you allow that to like offend you to the point to where he's D-sucker after D-sucker after D-sucker because you own Vlad TV's platform, because you're trying to go viral, and Vlad is definitely going to instigate it because he wants you to go viral, knowing that the judges and the prosecution is going to see this. See, Yana, this is this individual's behavior. Knowing that he has this federal case, he's 10 years hanging over his head, he's talking about an individual in a form of such disrespect that's going to offend several other individuals. He hasn't learned his lesson. Give him 8. We recommend 8 years. Trump ain't coming for you, Boosie. He might, but I doubt it. You got to have it bag for Trump, man. You got to have it bag. I would suggest you don't do any more, but I think the damage is done. It's already, the 21st? You go to court on the 26th. Hopefully the judge allows you to stay out, get your affairs in order. You can make you some more money, stack your bread, which I'm sure you've already been doing. Very, seem to be very, very smart business-wise or whatever. But when you locked up, you need all that you can get. Allows you to stay out for another, 2.5, 3 months, maybe longer. Get that money together. And I would recommend, to be perfectly honest, I would recommend when you go to court on the 26th, ask them to put you back on the monitor. You can still travel. You still go get your money, get your bag. That way, if you're out for an additional 3 months, that's going to count towards your sentence. So you'll come home a lot faster. That's what I would personally recommend. But hey, what do I know, man? Real Keyens TV. Hopefully you liked the video. Feel free to comment. Definitely share. Subscribe to the channel. If you're not already subscribed, be sure to hit that post notification. Anytime I bring you this action and this heat, guess what? You're amongst the first to receive, man. P. Holla at your boy Boosie, man. Y'all from the same turf, man. Get him right. Because this whole VLAD TV thing, it's going to end up Boosie doing, 20, 30 years when it's all said and done. And Vlad's still going to be out here doing interviews after interviews. Real Keyens TV.